second Beat Street. There are currently 12,000 people playing Beat Street now in Burnley, which is around 13% of the population. 106 teams, which is a big increase on our first Beat the Street as well, which was only 18 months ago. So although we're only on our second Beat the Street, it's already become a thing in Burnley. It's become a conversation piece. People talk about it. I can't think of any other programme that we've done where you can actually see it happening when you're travelling around the town. It's phenomenal. There's a story that my colleague tells far better than I can, but in 2021 when we did our first Beat the Street, my colleague was going from one part of the town to another, and she was in a place called Podium in the car just waiting at the traffic lights. And as she was waiting at the traffic lights, she noticed that there was an old couple just walking along the street, and the gentleman had a shirt and tie on, and he was with his wife, and they stopped at a beatbox just next to the traffic lights and got out the cards and both tapped the box, and she was absolutely blown away to the point where people beeping their horns behind her. and I think that was the first point that we realised in Burnley. We're onto something here. This is really worth investing in and spreading the word. So back to the present day, so we've got 106 teams taking part. Now those teams are earning points that we are going to convert into trees that they will have the opportunity to plant later in the year. So I'll come back to that a little bit later on. So in Burnley, as part of Beat the Street, it's currently Go Wild Week. 2 weeks ago, we delivered 2,000 little seed packets to all the primary schools in Burnley, and all those 2,000 packets have wildflower seeds in. So we're encouraging those children as part of Go Wild Week to either plant the seeds in the garden, and if they haven't got a garden, we're encouraging them to scatter the wildflower seeds while they're playing Beat the Street. We call it guerrilla seeding, and it's something new. So hopefully over the summer we'll see this abundance of colour emerging as these 2,000 packets of wildflower seeds start to emerge around the town. In Burnley, we're promoting the town as an outdoor town, #outdoor town. And we're doing that as part of, we're trying to encourage it, outdoor town, as part of the identity of Burnley. And I'll come back to that. So 18 months ago, we brought Beat Street to Burnley. And the reason we brought it to Burnley 18 months ago, it was kind of January 2021. We started talking about it November 2020. It was about the time that the country was coming out of the pandemic and all the lockdowns and things like that. So we wanted something that would encourage people to get out more, to be socially involved, to explore the town more after months and months of being cooped up inside. And that's what happened. People started to explore the town, but actually it gave us so much more than just people being active. It has kind of been the catalyst to a lot of things that have happened in the last 18 months. We formed something called the Active Burnley Forum, which is very simple. It's just an opportunity for representatives from multi-sector organisations to come together twice a year to network, to discuss and collaborate over things that are happening and are going to happen that are good for the place. And that is that's simply that. But actually, through its simplicity, and because we had this thing, Beat the Street, which people were talking about, which made people sit up and take notice because it is of sufficient scale, then it has worked, and it's become, like I say, it's become the catalyst for other things that are happening. So we, as part of the Active Burnley Forum, we have a multitude of actions planned over the next few years, to the point where we're now looking at a 10-year strategy for the town, all based around the outdoors and this outdoor town thing. To give you an example, so 4 weeks ago in Burnley, we launched Park Yoga in Burnley, which I've got to admit I was I didn't think it would work. But Sunday just gone, we had 131 people in the park in Burnley doing Park Yoga. It's the first one in the north to be launched. If you look at a map of park yoga, there's all these ones around Devon and Cornwall, and then just one, which is fantastic. And again, you know, it's free. People come along and they're doing yoga and they're connecting with nature. They're doing yoga on a Sunday morning. It's free, and they can hear the birds singing in the environment around them. So that's another example of outdoor town. Anyway, so moving on. So going back to outdoor town. So why outdoor town then? Despite Burnley's industrial past, it's actually 2/3 countryside. We have 13 kilometres of canal towpath. We have 6 large parks. We have 355 kilometres of public rights of way. Outdoor town for us is about the strengths of the town. Yes, we, like many other towns, Burnley has its issues, it has significant deprivation, but actually the outdoors is about the strengths of the town. So rather than a deficit model, we're looking at a strength-based approach, an asset-based approach. It's about, outdoor town is about resilience, it's about strength, it's about connecting with nature. It's free, nobody owns it. The outdoors can be wherever you want it to be. It can be on your doorstep, it can be in the park, it can be on the canal towpath, it can be in the countryside. And Beat Street is helping to do that. And over the next few years, Beat the Street will help us achieve this identity of outdoor town of Burnley. So on World Environment Day, there's a strong correlation between people being active and helping the environment. After all, a sedentary lifestyle is actually carbon intensive. So of course we want to encourage people to be more active. So on World Environment Day, why not celebrate that? We've got, from my point of view in Burnley, we've got 12,000 people. We need to use that opportunity to encourage people to be aware of the bigger issues like the environment and climate action. So it takes 6 trees to sequester 1 tonne of carbon dioxide. Then yes, we need to reduce emissions, but we also need to plant more trees. So coming back to what we're doing with Beat the Street now in Burnley, we are using Beat the Street to encourage people to explore and discover the place, the outdoor town. And by exploring the outdoor town, they earn points which equate to trees, which they can plant later in the year in 15 new micro woodlands across the town. We aim to plant 15,000 trees over the next few years through further rounds of Beat Street, and there's a long-lasting legacy of people being more active and helping the environment through Beat Street in Burnley and outdoor town. Thank you.